Hey people, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to do a Maso mode tier list. First of all, we're going to just delete some of these rows here. There's really not too much of a difference between the tiers. And we're just going to go from worst to best. So worst is Karen. So Karen has not really a lot starting out. She doesn't have like anything beyond a pistol. Diplomacy and persuasion are really good, but she can't get diplomacy without leveling up. Persuasion is okay. It will help you with some of the starter enemies in the game, but you really want diplomacy. So this really holds her back. And also she's a one-handed fighter, so getting to that hexen table at the midpoint of the game, and like I just want to explain as well as in like Maso mode, there's no party members. Karen really relies on party members. There's one hexen table, you're at day 3 evening, so leveling up is really hard. So a lot of the difficulty in this is you're basically stuck to your base kit for your first half of your run, and at that sort of halfway point of your run, you have to get past like so many bosses, and you really need to make that level up count. She really has a hard beginning, and she has a hard middle, and she would potentially have like a mid ending. Next up is Levi. So Levi is actually quite good. If you skip his intro, you can get him a pistol and the skill Gunslinger, which will help you with defeating some of the early moon-scorched enemies that are on the world map for encountering them, as well as some of the easier opponents in the game. Just starts out with a guaranteed gun and some ammo, and also he's two-handed. Outside of that though, you can't really do the heroin recovery trick in Maso mode, as there's no Tanaka for needles to kill. And besides that, he's just really like a two-handed guy at the end of the day. Next up after him is Dan. So Dan's just sort of Levi without Gunslinger. All of his medical abilities are sort of gauged on him having a party member in his team, and because you don't have any party members, you are sort of fucked, if you know what I mean. And besides that, like, he is just like sort of a two-handed fighter at the end of the day, and besides that, he just really doesn't have anything that puts him into the S tier. So Abella obviously has one of the easier runs. She has wrench toss, she has short circuit, she has ability to craft some of the most powerful weapons out of the get-go. And Maso mode is really ruled by having status effects, sort of using your status effects as effectively as possible, and she has access to all of them right out of the get-go with her crafting menu if you start her with weapon crafting. Besides that, obviously two-handed fighter, only person with the wrench, only person with wrench toss, so is what it is. Marco, obviously, just a straight-up improvement over Dan and Levi. Just has faster speed, has his fists, and a whole lot of other things that are going to help him out with having a good start to the game. Obviously, he doesn't have some of the more broken abilities than the other characters, so we're going to go into, like, Marina. Marina could be here, Marina could be here, Marina could be here. It really depends on how you're going. Because, like, Marina, if she has, like, maxed out affection to rare, and she has the skin book, she can use the golden gates to just sort of beeline to the end of the game. I've seen it done. Besides that, like, she is a one-handed fighter that really depends on a level up. So, like, basically, yeah, she starts out with the skin bible. Yeah, she can start out with max affection, but most of her base kit sucks ass, except for necromancy. She's like one of the only characters out of these that can start with necromancy, so you can start building up your party. You can also one of the only characters that starts with a book of rare, so you can get yourself Black Caleb. So it's really like all between this, you know. So I'm just gonna leave her here. Next, We have Olivia. Olivia's going into S tier. Okay, so with the power of Hemlock and guarding, she can basically kill most of the moon scorches and most of the bosses in the game. Yeah, she has to deal with her wheelchair. Yeah, her wheelchair sucks. Yeah, she isn't a two-handed fighter. Yeah, if you lose your limbs, you're fucked. But Hemlock's just that good. Hemlock's just gonna help you one-shot a lot of the enemies in the game, and is probably like she's just a massive boss killer. So if you can just get to the bosses and kill them, she's gonna really do really well. And she's also got some of the best healing. She's got some of the, there's a lot going for her in hard mode. And eventually it's Osa. Obviously Osa has some of the best starting kit in the game if you do his long text adventure. He has a lot of different routes that you can go down depending on what Bible or whatever you have. Just got a lot. He also is the only character that starts out with Spice Forge. A lot of normal difficulties like tier list is dependent on whether or not you just want to kill Osa and steal his Spice Forge right out of the gate and use that early level up to get it. But because there's no way to level up until like the midpoint of Maso mode, he's the only character with Spice Forge, and we know how powerful Spice Forge is. He also starts out with a great combat weapon. He starts out with potentially an amulet of little things, etc., etc. There's just a lot going for Osa. Anyway, other than that, that's just mainly like my tier list for Maso mode. Let me guys know in the comments what you guys think. Tell me what you believe, or tell me if I got anything wrong. Tell me if you agree with my list. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Like, comment, and subscribe, and ciao ciao.